Welcome to Radio Thailand, and this is the Sunday Dhamma Talk. Every Sunday we meet here to bring you the teaching of the Buddha, which has many applications. And on the third and the fifth week of the month, you will be meeting me, พระมหาไพบูลย์อาภิปุณโญ and I will be touching on meditation. Let's practice meditation together. By first, be mindful. For your mind to get concentrated, first, you need to be mindful. Mindfulness and concentration are two different things. Mindfulness first, then concentration. How to be mindful? By first, look for a secluded place. What is the secluded place? Let's compare with non-secluded place, like the place that very noisy, a lot of interaction, and probably you will be in contact with the wind that created from people coming in and going out. So avoid those places and be in a place where is not so noisy, not a lot of interaction, or probably you can avoid it, and you don't get in touch with wind that created from people going in and going out. Could be an empty room in your house, bedroom that has no other activities, or could be in your office while you're in commute, in a car, in a bus, or even in a coffee shop that you can sit in a corner and no one interrupting you. Once you are in a secluded place, be mindful. How to be mindful? You need a point of focus. Mindfulness and observation is one same thing. To be mindful, one need to observe. Observe means just pay attention. Where to? On your breath. Inhales and exhale. You are breathing. Some people breathe slowly. Some make it faster. Just observe your breath. Inhale and exhale. By focusing, paying attention, and observe on the spot, where you can feel the sensation of your breath touches your nose in the nostril. Because in your nostril is the entrance of the wind. The air around you, when it moves, it becomes wind. Sometimes natural wind, sometimes wind from a fan, an air conditioning unit. Those wind when come in touch with your skin, your body, you can feel it. You can feel the sensation of those wind on your skin. Similarly, when those wind moves into your body through your nostril, it will come in touch with the sensitive tissues in your nostril. And that could be somewhere when you smell an odor like garbage or flower or perfume. The sensation, the touches, somewhere in that area. Similarly, observe, pay attention on your breath. You may try to breathe harder, faster for a couple of times. Once you feel the sensation, when you breathe faster, harder, then breathe normally. Because now we're not practicing the breathing. We're practicing mindfulness, using your breath as a tool. No need to be concerned whether the observation point has to be these millimeters from the tips of the nose, or the size of it. How big is the size? What is the shape of the size? How many square millimeters? Is it a square, round, or circle, or donut? No need to be concerned of those details. Just observe naturally. Breathe normally. Don't alter your breathing pattern. Be natural. No need to concern whether I have to breathe hard, soft, fast, slow, long or short, because your body will adjust accordingly, naturally. Now you keep the rhythm of your breath normal. But your mind, that's what you need to practice, by observing it naturally. Observing where? On the spot, where you can feel the sensation of your breath touches your nose in the nostril. That will be somewhere in the middle in your nostril. No need to follow the air coming in to your throat, your lung, your diaphragm. No. No need to follow your breath out from the diaphragm to your lung, to your throat, out of your body. No. Focus on one spot. Just like a security guard. When they are on duty, they will stand by at the entrance of the facility, observing people coming in and going out. If there is no incident, just stay put, observe. They did not follow people coming in and going out. Just stay put. Similarly, your attention, your mind, pay attention on one spot. Just observe your breath coming in and going out naturally. Once you're observing it, by observing, where is mindfulness? Here's the thing. When you observe your breath, it doesn't mean you don't hear my voice or other voices. When you're observing your breath, you still can hear voices. If the car passed by, or could be a neighbor making some noises, you may even feel the sensation of your body, whether room temperature is cold, warm. If there is an certain other odor in the place, in the location you are, you can sense the odor in that location too. It could be a garbage truck pass by, someone cook next door. You can smell them, especially in your mind. In your mind will have thoughts of the past, thoughts of other people, could be your own voice in your head, speaking to you in certain manner, or could be in story from the past, the future, or the present. Those are in contact with you all the time. When you cognize those sensory, the Buddha called it as faculty. There are 6 faculties: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind faculty. These faculty, sometimes call it domain. Faculties or domains are the same things, which is the entrance. For nose, entrance of a door. For ears is the entrance of sound. Sound cannot enter through your nose, or smell or odor cannot enter to your eyes. Eyes can only perceive or cognize light, forms. Similarly, those domain. Domain is a gate, a door, for respected faculties. So once you cognize, let's say there are source of a sound. When sound occur, and with your ear nearby, once there is sound, there is ear, and your mind will cognize it. There will be sound cognition in your mind. So when you cognize your sound, this means the sound enter into your mind already. So this sound that you cognize, the Buddha called this term as viññāna. Some people translate it as consciousness. sound consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, and so on and so forth. When there is consciousness or cognition, it's different from when you observe your breath. Because when you cognize sound, for example, and you doesn't forget to observe your own breath, by cognize the sound, cognize the thought, and you can recall your own breath. That recollection is mindfulness. You see, it's two different things. Cognition or consciousness is different from mindfulness. Why? Because your mind. If we talk about the mind, we need to understand these 5 distinctions. Just like when we talk about the body, the physical world that you can touch, you can see, you can sense, all these, there are many distinctions. For example, the stage of the substance, solid, liquid, or gases, or even your body. There are many distinctions. Your heart, your lung, the organs, all these are distinction. The mentality, your mind, also have 5 distinctions at least. Number 1, the mind domain is the domain, the faculty that hosted all the mentality, all the name, all the intangible stuff like your thought, your feeling. These arises or occurred in mind domain. Whatever rises or ceases, exists or disappear, those are mind objects. Objects of the mind like your thought, feeling, sensation in your mind. Even the voice, the sound inside your head, we call it mind objects. These mind objects exist in mind domain. And the one that cognize those mind objects, we call it mind consciousness or mind cognition. These 3 things, mind objects, mind domain, and mind consciousness, are combined as a contact. Contact also one of the mind objects. This consciousness is not the mind states, because the mind state is another thing that will be agitated, happy or sad according to mind objects or contacts. If mind objects, let's say, story in the past that occurred to you, you think about it again, that would be mind objects, exist or rise in the mind domain, and your mind consciousness cognize those. When this cognition takes place, that means you think about it. You relieve those mind objects again. These are contacts in your mind. Some people have repeated thoughts inside their own mind. This means the contact happens regularly. When there is contact, there comes feeling. If there is a contact, the basis for painful feeling takes place, rises, exists in your mind. There will be painful feeling occur. Painful feeling is mind objects. And then the mind objects happen. Who cognize that mind objects? Mind consciousness. This takes place where? In mind domain. So another contact happen. Painful feeling. If there is contacts that are the basis of pleasure feeling, takes place, rises, exists in your mind, there will be pleasure feeling, rises in your mind domain. This happiness, which is pleasure, or unhappiness, which is painful, when these happen as mind objects in your mind domain, the mind states will get happy or sad according to those contacts. The mind states is different thing. Some people call mind states as just the word mind. So don't get confused here, but be attentive be specific. You need to get this distinction takes place. How do you do that? By observing. Just merely observe your own breath. You can distinct all these sublime states. Let it sink into your mind. Slowly but surely, we can understand this by observing your own breath, inhales and exhales. By not forgetting your own breath, observing it, pay attention while you are cognize the sound, cognize your thought. You can see the separation. You can see the segregation. You can see the distinction of sublime states in your mind. Mind in this case means mind objects. When you are observing, mindfulness is getting stronger and stronger, just like when raining. What is rain? It's drops of water. How big is the drops? Oh, it's even smaller than the tips of your pinky. But when each drop of water accumulated from rainpour, it can flooded, inundated, occur because of a single drop of water accumulated. So in this case, we need to develop mind power to gain concentration by being mindful. This power of the mind will come into 5 aspects. We call it as faculty or power of the mind or faculty of the mind. Don't get confused between mind faculty or mind domain as a faculty of mind. Faculty of mind is the power that allow your mind states or mentality to understand all these concepts easily. The power of the mind is, first, confidence. You need to be confident that you can do it. Anyone with mind objects, mind domain, can cognize, can be mindful. Because of the method. Be confident in the teacher, be confident in the method, and confident in the practice. Confident in the teacher that he already done it, the teacher, in this case the Buddha. The method that has been thought, that teaching is the Dhamma, is real, can practice, is lead to the final state. It leads to the destination. And the confidence in practice. Become a practitioner. Anyone who practices according to the teaching can get the same result. Not 1, not 10, not 100, but 1,000, millions, and trillions that can practice and deliver the same result. And if you practice, you get the same result too. Confidence in these 3 aspects. Once you confidence, you will be no longer waiting, but get started in practicing it. Practicing is exert your energy. Strive, practice, exert your energy, put your heart, your mind into it, practicing it. That's called striving. That's called practicing. Exert your energy. Once you exert your energy, strive, practice, what you will gain? Mindfulness. You will gain mindfulness. Mindfulness will get stronger, become more powerful. Once you are mindful, this means you get distinction of the mind. You can separate it, see, just like a security guard, observing people coming in and going out. Let's say if you go to a hospital, how do you know that the lady that walking toward you, is she a medical doctor? Is she a nurse? Is she a salesperson from medical company? Is she a nutritionist? Is she a pharmacist? Is she a maid? Or even is she a patient? You need to observe, right? You need to observe her dress, what she wears, and so on. By observing, you will see distinction. You can be mindful of what you can choose, what you will know. That is mindfulness. Mindfulness that you are practicing now is the same mindfulness. When your mindfulness gets stronger, become the power of your own mind, what you can expect is concentration, because your mind states will be subsided. Why? Normally, your mind states will be agitated through those domains. Let's say if there is form or pictures, that is basis of painful feeling. Once is in touch with your own mind through mind domain, you cognize it, become mind objects. The mind states will be happy too, will get a pleasure feeling. That is in a usual day. But now with mindfulness, your mind states will not entirely cling into those feelings. Why? Because you try to cognize, try to recall your breath. That recollection is mindfulness. You will not cling 100% to those happiness or painful sadness. No. With not clinging, that means your mind stays release. It doesn't get agitated up or down with those feelings that come in to your own mind domain. So with the stay put mind state, it will subside. You will gain one-pointedness of mind, that is concentration. Once mindfulness established, you will gain concentration, because you having your mind released from the objects of the mind. There is concentration power of the mind. Once you are concentrated, we use this concentration together with mindfulness, observe these phenomena objectively. What phenomena? These phenomena of rising and cease, happening and going away, exist and gone, rise and fall. These phenomena is happen all the time in your mind. Some thoughts come and go. Even some things seem to be long-lasting feeling. Sometimes it disappear. Sometimes it come back. Like when you encounter with a contact that basis for painful feeling, and if it's very painful, it stay as a scar in your mind stays, right, for a long time. But while you sleep, sometimes it disappear. Sometimes you get directed to some attention, you didn't think about those incidents anymore. So it disappear irregularly. So it's disappear. It's impermanent. These phenomena, rise and fall, taking place and disappearing, come and go, is impermanent. You observe these phenomena with concentrated mind, with mindfulness, see and discern the beginning and the end, and end then become a beginning, beginning then end become a new beginning, come and go, disappear, and happen again. Observe it objectively. Please realize these phenomena in your mind, which is your entire mind, entire of your mind states, name, mentality, they are impermanent. Whatever impermanent, it doesn't fit to see it, perceive it as mine. It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't fit to see it or cognize it or understand it as myself, or I am part of this. This is part of me. No, you shouldn't cognize like that. You shouldn't view as mine or myself in there. But you should view it, understand it, see it as not me, is not mine, is not myself, is not in me. Me is not in there. I'm not part of that. You shouldn't understand that you are part of this impermanent. You are not. Why? Because there is other peaceful state. That is sublime state. Is the stilling of all formations, the relinquishing of all acquisitions, the destruction of craving, dispassion, cessation, and that is Nibbana. There is Nibbana, that is cease all these rising and going away. To gain that state of Nibbana, you need to have wisdom, the wisdom of understanding, the wisdom that when you see those things that impermanent as is not yourself, your mind will not cling into it. Once your mind not cling into it, you will gain the peaceful state. Because the things that you are clinging to, you attach to it. When it moves up or down, your mind will up and down, agitated according to those impermanent. Because those impermanent will rise and fall, cease and happen again. So your mind will up and down. But once you are not clinging, detached, move away from those, your mind will get still. Your mind will be relinquishing from those acquisitions. Be cool. Nibbana is cool. Nibbana is calm. Be calm. Once you strive and practice in such a way, recollect it again and again by mindfulness in such a way, concentrated your mind again and again in such a way, and understood with wisdom in this manner again and again in such a way, you will have complete confidence that whatever you hear before, been practicing it before, now you dwell having contacted them with the body and pierced through them with wisdom. That is your confidence, that is your faith, that is your power. Guard your mind with wisdom, with mindfulness. Whole day keep it like that. And I hope you learned something today. And what you have been listening is the Sunday Dhamma Talk on Radio Thailand with พระมหาไพบูลย์ อภิปุณโญ from Forest Monastery วัดป่าดอนไหโศก in Udon Thani. See you next time.